I got a question here from a viewer, and his name is Ed. So Ed, here is your answer. Ed is a Jeep owner. He owns a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, Jeep Grand Cherokees are a unique kind of vehicle in some certain ways, particularly that they have a factory amplified system like the Infinity 6-speaker system, which I'm going to go ahead and lay it out for you. Hopefully, Ed, I get this right. Hopefully, after all these years, I should have it right. Let's hope. Okay, so up on your dash, you have the two factory 3-inch speakers, which is going to be the main focus of this video because it's causing him a major problem. Front speakers, you have 6.5s. Rear doors, you got some more 6.5s. These are going to be my representations of doors. Dashboard, head unit. He's also going to invest in a 5th channel for his sub. And he's also going to have 2 amplifiers in this scenario. So, factory setup, you have the two 3-inch dash speakers, front 6.5s, rear 6.5s. Factory head unit, which is going to be gone. All 4 speakers are going to be gone. The 2 amplifiers Ed already has, sitting, waiting to go, and he also has a 5th bandpass enclosure, which is tuned at 80 Hertz. I've already talked to you about that, so I'm not going to waste time on that. The problem is for Ed. He's already went ahead and he's done his speakers. Now when he got ahead and did them, he said, you know, what do you think about what I've done? And I've already covered with you, Ed, that you should have done better on the fronts. He converted his front coaxials, which were a 3-way, and I told him it was a really bad choice because the speaker's going to sound only good if you're bent down picking up stuff off your rug, because then the music is ear level. I said, what you should do is ditch that and get yourself a set of component speakers. So he has a 1-inch silk dome treater, he has a 6.5-inch mid-bass driver, so he's got a pretty good front stage, even with the absence of the 3.5s, which are the ones that are giving him the trouble. The rear fill, he's got the 3-ways again, and that's just fine. I have no problem with that. He likes bright sound, and I'm a fan of bright sound as well, especially with my hearing after all these years. His rear fill is taken care of. Now, he's got a 4-channel amplifier, so he's got powering front, left, and right, rear, left, and right. These speakers are also in parallel to the fronts as well. So here's what happens. The factory head unit was fine when it only had a mild 15 watts of power. All the speakers played fine, no problem. When he got a real amplifier and he started to put 120 watts RMS into his front stage, these speakers started distorting wicked as soon as he starts to put the radio beyond 5. So he's not enjoying what he could be had he had it wired a little bit differently. So the problem arises was, should he just get rid of them altogether, go with the component speakers and leave it at that? Possibly. You could do that, but there's another way to do it. I would suggest upgrading these to a slightly better type of speaker, because factory speakers, I mean, this is actually a pyramid speaker. It's a 312SX. I'll show you. Really super cheap kind of speaker, dual cone, wizard cone. You can see, obviously, the speakers can't even, it has no option for excursion at all. This speaker should never play low frequencies. So this amplifier, the 4-channel, is running at full range. So this speaker is getting basically in the whole full range spectrum of sound from 1 hertz to 15,000 hertz. These speakers are getting the whole breadth of the sound frequency spectrum. That's bad. These speakers should never play a subsonic or a super low subsonic type of frequency, because it's going to make the speaker want to move, and once it does the movement equals distortion, distortion equals anger in Ed's life. So let's just try to work on getting rid of that. So here's my solution. What I think you should do, Ed, is this. Upgrade these 3.5s to a good aftermarket brand. There's lots of them out there. I'm not going to decide on what you should choose. There's plenty to choose from. Once you have that done, I'm going to suggest that you take the head units front left and front right outputs, disconnect this so your 3.5s are no longer in parallel to your front component speakers any longer. Run 2 new leads from your front right to your front right, front left to your front left. Now on the positive leg, I'm going to suggest that you cut that and put a bass blocker in there, which are these. Let me show you. I don't know if you're familiar with these, but this here is a set of Stinger bass blockers. They make them in all different types of styles, sizes, impedance matching scenarios, wattage applications. This one here is rated for 60 watts RMS at 4 ohms. This will block 800 hertz and lower. So again, going back to the sound spectrum, anything from 1 hertz up to about 800 hertz, all of this will be blocked out from these little speakers, creating these to allow them to play 800 hertz and up, and all the destructive frequencies of 800 hertz and lower will be eliminated from it. They would run at a lower wattage output than these, because these ones here will be running at 120 watts RMS. This one here is running, I don't know, realistically, say 150 watts, you know, with all the other variables, maybe it's running 12 watts RMS. So these speakers here are running at 4 times much wattage as these are. So that's good, because you know, you don't want these to still get too much power, but you want to get enough to get the effect of the front stage effect. You want that, but you don't want too much. That's where you can have to go into adjusting the gains on your amplifiers a little bit, tweaking it, making everything sound nice. Especially when your vehicle is big, it's wide, you want to kind of get everything to sound right. My trick is to sit in your driver's seat, close your eyes, and move your head to the right and to the left. If everything sounds equal while you're moving your head around, you've got it right. If you can hear too much when you go right, and it gets too low when you go left, you know you need to adjust. So that's another way to do it. You can do the same thing with the front and rear. However, I've never been a really big fan of rear fill. I usually like my rear fill down about 65% as opposed to 100% on the front, because I want the rear fill to be just that, a rear fill. So this might be a good scenario. So if you got these things running, that should be your money right there. That's your front stage, your rear fill, and up here you're going to get a nice little center stage presence. It should sound nice. With your sub to fill it out, this thing should be fantastic. So there's my fix for your little conundrum there, Ed. I wish you luck, and let me know how it works out, because I would love to hear how it goes. And if you have a question about your own scenario, where you have a problem, something like this, or wiring, or impedance matching, and you know, whatever it may be, if I can help you out in some way like I did for Ed today, that would be great. If you liked the video, give me a like. If you didn't like it, you know what? Give me a like. Either way. That's it. Good luck, Ed.